Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon. On this time, I will tell the stories entitled Gulliver's Travel. Once upon a time, in England, there was a young doctor named Gulliver. He is a brave young man who loved traveling. But one day, he made a journey by sea. Unfortunately, his ship got caught in a big storm. A big typhoon crushed his ships, and everyone on the ships was thrown into the sea. Gulliver managed to swim and hold on to the pieces of wood, but soon he lost his consciousness and the wave rolling him to the beach. When he woke up, he found that he could not move. The body had been tied with the small ropes, and there's many little men wearing the soldier armor and hold spears. One of the little men shouted him, "Don't move! Look at you! You have been captured!" And another one, "Oh, giant man, who are you?" The other stood, and Gulliver answered the question. "My name is Gulliver. My ship is sank in the storm and I stranded here." "All right, we will take you to the palace. My king will determine whether you should be in here or not." And then the small soldier left and raised Gulliver into the giant vessel. The small horses pulled that vessel. After arriving at the palace and the ropes that bound him was released, Gulliver told the event that happened to him and his ships. And the king, after hear the explanation about the Gulliver accident, the king made a decision. "All right, you may stay here as long as you behave well politely, and you have these people to do daily works," said the king. After the king told his servants to release Gulliver, he ordered the small chef to bring dishes for Gulliver. "And as a courtesy, I would like to give a present for your majesty," Gulliver said as he took out the pistol and tried to fire it. People in the city were shocked and ran around hearing the sounds of Gulliver's gun. "Wow, this is a great cannon," said the king. And the next day, Gulliver walked around on the city after given permission by the king. Gulliver felt like he was like between toy houses, because the houses is very small, and so Gulliver beware to walk around on the people houses. Gulliver was even more familiar with the residents in the palace. He also gave his watch to the king's family. But one day, the king came with his doctor to negotiate. The king was confused because the king in a neighbor country wanted to marry his majesty doctor, but his doctor didn't want to marry that king. Because his refused, the king of the foreign country threatens to come to attack of his country, and the king may want to Gulliver help him to fight the foreign country. Alright, I will try to help, said Gulliver. Gulliver asked to be provided with ropes that were hooked at the ends. When he went to the harbor, enemy ships were lined up in the middle of the sea, and Gulliver went towards to the ship suddenly, and he attacked with a small arrow which didn't hurt Gulliver's body. He only closed his eyes and hands so that arrow did not hit his eye. Gulliver pulled the enemy ships into the harbor. Long life Gulliver, the residents shouted. And finally, the king of a neighbor country begged for forgiveness and promised not to fight again and to make friends with the king. The next day, Gulliver found his boat that was damaged and washed away by the waves. If the condition of the boat is good, I might be able to meet with the ships going back to England. So, residents of the land helped Gulliver repair the boat. Thanks to good ever cooperation, in a moment the boat was already good again. Thank you very much for your help. The day of Gulliver's return came. He was provided with food and cow that were put on the boat. Sire, I have been troubled during my stay here for a long time. Forgive me if there are many mistakes, said Gulliver. Be careful, Gulliver. Goodbye. Hopefully your boat won't be hit by another storm, said the residents of that country. Being escorted by the king and all the inhabitants of the land, Gulliver's boat left for the sea. A few days later, Gulliver's boat met a large ship. He immediately waved his hand and was back to England. Gulliver thought himself. The people on the ships were amazed and were astonished to see the little cow. He was carrying from the country. And Gulliver finally arrived in the England, and he told the journey to the patient on his clinics.